Yeah, if you look at the last ones of these, I'm lying to her, telling her I've got to go to the VA, that I'm not able to come over there.
Okay. Do you recognize these pictures here?
That's me and my dog, or an old dog, me and my car,
Okay.
me and an alligator, me and the same dog.
Did you send these pictures to Amber?
Mm-hmm.
Because we got these off of Amber's computer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, all these pictures look familiar to you?
Uh,
This one's kind of blurry because it's a small picture, but it's a
yes,
fish.
yes. Totally familiar. My grandson and
It's
me.
your grandson? What's his name?
Yeah, that's the Ricky Bobby the big deal.
Whose car is this?
That's my son's girlfriend with his car. Ex-girlfriend.
Fangs or something?
Fangs on the Cobra.
Okay, so you recognize all these pictures,
Yes,
right?
yes, it is.
Just curious about this one. What's this a picture of?
I don't know her name. I didn't know that I had sent that one out.
Because you claimed that one of these was your girlfriend.
Oh, I claimed she was. That's why I wanted to read. I claimed this girl right here was.
Okay, is she a girlfriend of yours?
No, I don't know the girl.
So where did you get this
She
picture
just
from?
sent that girl. Well, excuse me. Someone sent me this picture and I just saved it.
Someone on computer?
Someone on the computer.
That, like, you met through Yahoo?
Someone, yeah.
Okay, and...
I don't have any idea who they are.
Okay, you don't
They sent
remember...
it to me with a cute picture. And when somebody sends you one on the messenger,
Right.
if you accept it, it puts it somewhere.
Mhm.
And in order for you to get rid of it, you have to go and throw it away. And I was just looking through pictures. And she asked me if I had a girlfriend or something. And I said, I sent that to her. I said, yeah. Ex-girlfriend, I said.
Okay. So these pictures you all recognize as
I recognize them all.
coming from you. Okay. The problem I have with this, Mr. Green,
Do you mind if I use my vaporizer?
what was that for?
It's just vapor. It's nicotine. It's not smoke. It's not nicotine like in tobacco. It's just water vapor.
What is it, like an electric cigarette or something?
Yes.
No, I'd rather you not.
Okay. No. You can understand I'm a bit nervous here.
No, I understand. And, you know,
I'm not
like I
meaning to
said,
put my foot on your interior.
we're just trying to, we're trying to make the best sense of this as we can. So,
Okay.
if you're not being truthful with us,
I'm being truthful with you, understand?
Well, but I'm just saying that, if you don't, now's the time to get your side of the story out of here.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you start not telling us the truth on some little things, we might not be able to believe you on some of the bigger things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Understand.
It was clear that you sent her the first message.
I might have. I don't remember, but she might have said something to me in the room. I think she said something in the room, and I was questioning what she said in the room. I peed her back. Yeah, questioning what she said in the room. I think that's the case. I'm not certain. When was that?
May 5th?
Yeah, May the 5th. That's quite a while back.
Right. I'm going to go try to get... I guess she said she went to Disney. You remember her going to Disney?
I remember her going away.
Going away on the beach or something. You said a few times that, I don't like jail food. I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
know
why
that
she
she's
wanted me to
underage.
come over there, and I'm saying I'm not coming over. I don't like jail food.
Right.
And then she kept insisting, and I said, okay, yeah, I'll come over. And then I just made 15 different excuses why I couldn't come.
Well, why do you have sexual conversations with her to begin with then?
Stupid. She asked me questions.
But you get pretty graphic with her as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
Like I said, stupidity.
Okay. I'm trying to
Want
find...
me to be basically honest with you?
Yeah. I'd
Okay,
like
I
to.
don't do porn. I assume y'all took my computer. You'll find there's no porn or anything on it.
Okay.
Okay, but by having kind of graphic chat at 63 years old, 62 years old, it kind of arouses me to go have sex with my wife.
Well, but why talk with a 14-year-old child about this stuff?
Like I said, absolute stupidity.
I mean, there's plenty of adults through Yahoo that,
Yes, there
through
are.
any of these
Yes,
chat
there are.
rooms that
Yes,
you
there
could
are.
have,
Yes, there are.
cyber sex or whatever it's called.
No, I don't do that. You
know.
don't see any of that in there.
You can imagine the mom's frustration with this, knowing that her daughter is talking with a 63-year-old person
I understand.
sexually, and has at least the potential to meet and might maybe do this in real life.
But you can see there, if you look at the last ones of them, I've been making excuses and making excuses.
All right, but this was your idea. It was your idea to come have lunch with her. I've looked through.
I said, yeah, I'll come over and have lunch.
I'm flipping through these now, but I've looked through these
I would come over and have
quite
lunch with
extensively.
you.
Right, talking about taking her to someplace private and quiet, like a hotel room.
Yeah, I was kidding around. I never had any intent
Okay.
of coming over there.
You may.
Besides, I couldn't go over there. I'm on probation.
Okay. You may have. This is what we're trying to get through here. Okay. What did you tell her? Okay, you told her you're gonna come over here and have lunch with her, right?
Told her I'd like to come over and have lunch
Okay.
with her.
You told her that you take her around in the hot rod.
Yeah.
Okay. You told her that you'd take her back to a hotel room someplace quiet and private so we didn't get caught.
Yeah.
Okay. You told her that you'd like for her to sit on your lap,
Yeah.
that you'd like to kiss her and make out with her,
Yeah.
that you'd like to kiss her breasts,
Yeah.
that you'd like to have rough sex with her.
No, I don't think I said rough sex with anybody. I don't.
Well,
look in there. I haven't.
I'll point it out to you in a few minutes.
Okay,
but
please do, because that's not in my rough sex is not in my bag with anybody.
You talked to her about, the first time she had sex.
Yes.
Talking about masturbation with her.
Yes.
Okay. Talking about oral sex with her.
Yes.
Okay. Equated it to just like eating a popsicle. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, well, you said that
It's
too.
in there. It's in there. If it's in there, I probably said it.
Okay. Because you talked about, if your sexual organ couldn't fit into her,
Mm-hmm.
that she may have to finish you another way. Do you
Yeah,
remember this?
yes,
Okay. I know this is kind of embarrassing, and
Yes, it is.
I'm with the Special Victims Unit. I just want you to know that this isn't nothing I haven't heard or talked about before.
Oh, I understand.
So you're not embarrassing me.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
Some people, it bothers. Other, me,
I understand.
it's not that big of a deal for me. What we're mainly out here trying to do is trying to figure out what kind of person you are. Okay, there's usually a couple different kinds of people that do this kind of stuff.
Okay.
There's the predator who's out there who's, trying to get as many kids as they can to go out, meet them, have sex with them.
Right.
Okay. There's the other kind of person who, maybe have made a mistake and they're lonely or whatever. They're not, at home. They don't have enough.
I understand.
That kind of thing. And maybe they made a mistake in that that they wanted to, maybe they lost that inner battle and they were going to go.
Okay, well, what's the third one?
That's usually those two. It's
okay,
usually
okay,
either the monster person or somebody who's made the mistake.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to figure out what kind of person you are.
Well, I have never met an underage girl to have sex. I have never had sex with an underage girl since I was an underage kid myself. The youngest person I've ever had sex with since I was an adult was 18 years old.
Okay. What happened? Why are you on probation now?
Are you familiar with To Catch a Predator?
Mm-hmm.
I was arrested on that.
Okay. So very similar to this, right?
Very similar.
Okay.
Like I said,
Help me believe why I shouldn't think that you may have done this before, then, and now.
Well, you have my computer.
just-
You have my computer.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I haven't done it before. I mean, I've talked to people, a lot of people on the internet.
How many of them are those are underage?
This is the only one I know of.
Okay, because we're gonna. I can go through your screen. I can go through your buddy list, right? I can show you the page with your buddy
Go through
list
my
right
buddy
now.
list. Yeah.
And I can tell you right now that some of those names, just based on the name alone, I could tell the kid's probably underage.
Maybe, I don't know. What happens when people put you on the buddy list,
Mm-hmm.
you talk to them, and they'll send me a picture, and you can't send it, it just won't go. Well, put me on your buddy list. You put them on the buddy list, and then it'll go through.
Right.
But you'll go through my computer there, you won't find any dialogue.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean that you can understand that we realize that people delete stuff too.
Okay, but I understand that it's impossible to really delete something if you're a good computer forensic guy.
Okay, so I mean, it's just it seems like 2 or 3. Hard to slip you into a motel. Never been known with a guy. Cool, clean, and private.
Yes.
We're talking about coming over here. A hotel right off of I-10. Talk about meeting her at the park.
Yes, that's what she wanted to meet.
You asked her about tampons. Why'd you ask her about tampons?
I believe. I don't know.
I'll tell you why, but
I believe about to find out the size of the vagina.
Okay. And why would that matter?
If you're going to have sex with someone, you know,
Right.
if they've had sex before, it's no big deal. If they haven't had sex, then, you know,
So you can see why, from reading
I
these
understand.
chats, we feel like
that I was going to
you
go
were
over
planning
that.
to meet her.
But
Just because you hadn't done it yet.
Well, if you look at the last lines in there, and you'll see that I've made excuse after excuse after excuse why I couldn't come over
Yeah,
there.
there's something about you flipped off of a tractor.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
No,
Okay. Have you been going to the doctor's appointments to the VA for
not
back or
as, not
something?
as often as I said. I hadn't been since the last time I went over there was June the 2nd.
Okay. You have to have surgery or something?
I've got upcoming surgery.
So you do have an upcoming surgery?
Yes. But,
Okay.
it's not, I mean, when I was telling her I was going over there, I hadn't really gone anywhere. In fact, I was going to message her this afternoon and say that I was going to be away for an extended period of time, you know, in the VA I wouldn't be able to come over at all.
That's easy to say now.
Oh, I know, but
You
you
know
look,
what I
I was
mean?
on there, I think I was checking the weather when y'all came in and I was fixing to log on.
How long ago was that to catch a predator?
December the 8th, 2006.
And how far did you travel when that happened?
Flagler Beach,
From where?
from right here.
So you went to Flagler Beach over there.
Yes, sir.
And how old was the girl you're supposed to meet then?
14, I believe. But you can look in those old chat logs. I have my copies of those. And that was the same thing. I'll come over and take you to lunch, and that's it. I'm coming back home.
So you're on probation for that now?
Yes, sir.
Are you supposed to be on a computer?
Yes, sir. I'm allowed to use the computer.
I imagine you're not supposed to be talking like this with kids that you're...
No, nobody is.
Okay. Or at least we can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Nobody should be talking to kids that
Yeah, I totally agree.
like you've been talking to them.
I totally agree.
Okay. You know, it always starts off, it seems like, you know, asking her if she's feeling sexy today. Is that how usually you start it off? And you ought to be sitting on my lap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knowing it was impossible.
Okay. But you're doing this for your sexual arousal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you masturbating while you're talking?
No, I didn't never masturbate, but I was using it for sexual arousal with my wife.
So explain that to me.
Well, sexual talking like this.
Uh-huh.
I get excited and get aroused.
Okay.
And I would go in and have sex with my wife.
Okay. Was it always, all the time, every time you were talking
No,
about this?
not every time.
So what would you do?
No,
Did you get yourself all
sometimes I didn't.
worked
Sometimes
up?
I didn't get aroused. Sometimes I just sit there and chatted and said I got to go or whatever.
Did you Google her address? Pull it up on a map?
Yes.
Okay. If this was all just talk and just you never planned on doing that, why would you do that?
Well, she was telling me to go and meet some school, and I just looked up the school. I just Googled the area. I never really Googled the whole thing, exactly where she lived. I didn't know exactly where she lived.
But if you weren't coming, would that have mattered?
Well,
Should that have
this-
mattered?